Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to Motor Solutions. Viewers, as you all know, Motor Solution is a knowledge-based program where we talk about motor industry and insurance industry itself. And to assist me, like always, I have two of my guests, but I'll introduce them to you in a second. But first of all, I'd like to say tonight's topic. Tonight's topics are MIB claims and green emissions. Now, to assist me on these topics, I have, like always, Mr. Sam Harris to assist me on claims, MIB claims, who will be taking all your claim-related questions. Sam, thank you very much for joining Motor Solutions once again.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to this topic.
Thank you. Thank you. Darshak, I'd also like to introduce Mr. Abdul Samad Chaudhary Suhail. As you all know, Abdul Samad Chaudhary Suhail is a very experienced motor technician who's been in the industry for very long. And he's been also taking your calls on any motor vehicle related issues. And he will be doing the same thing. Again, Suhail bhai, thank you very much for joining Motor Solutions.
It's my pleasure to be back. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. দর্শক আপনারা সব সময় ফোন করেন, আপনারা সবাই জানা আছে যারা এই প্রোগ্রামটা রেগুলার দেখেন, আর যারা আজকে প্রথমবারের মতো এই প্রোগ্রামটা দেখতেছেন আপনাদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলতেছি, আপনারা আমাদের যে টপিক যেটা আছে টপিকের অনুযায়ী যদি আপনারা আমাদেরকে কোয়েশ্চেন করেন তাহলে আমাদের জন্য ইজি হয়, আমাদের অবভিয়াসলি বেশি কমপ্লিকেশন না হয় না প্রোগ্রামে। তো আপনারা চেষ্টা করবেন স্পেশালি ওয়ান কোয়েশ্চেন অ্যাট দ্য টাইম। আপনারা ফোন করার জন্য স্টুডিওর যে স্ক্রিনের যে নাম্বারটা দেখতেছেন স্টুডিওর নাম্বারে ফোন করলে সরাসরি আমাদের সাথে আপনারা কথা বলতে পারবেন স্টুডিওতে। আপনারা যদি আমার গেস্টদের সাথে যদি কথা বলতে চান, যদি আপনারা বুঝেন যে আপনাদের প্রশ্নটা সরাসরি সুহেল ভাইয়ের কাছে যাবে বা সাম হারিসের কাছে যাবে, আপনারা চাইলে প্রশ্ন করতে পারবেন। আপনারা সাম হারিসকে চাইলে সরাসরি আপনারা ইংলিশে প্রশ্ন করতে পারবেন, আর ইংলিশে প্রশ্ন না করতে চাইলে আপনারা বাংলাতে করবেন, কোনো সমস্যা নাই, আমি ট্রান্সলেট করব আপনাদের জন্য। তাছাড়া আপনারা যদি আপনাদের কারো কোয়েশ্চেন যদি একটু কমপ্লিকেটেড হয়, আপনারা ইমেল করতে পারবেন। ইমেল অ্যাড্রেস হচ্ছে আপনার motorsolutions@ntbeurope.net। তাছাড়া আপনারা আমাদেরকে SMS-ও পাঠাতে পারবেন। SMS-এর যে নাম্বারটা স্ক্রিনে দেখতেছেন নাম্বারে আপনারা SMS করলে SMS-ও আমাদের কাছে স্টুডিওতে সরাসরি এসে পৌঁছে যাবে। Now, firstly, I'd like to come to you, Suhail bhai. How you been? You been all right?
I've been doing good.
Been good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Suhail bhai, green emissions. Obviously, we talked about on our last program about emissions. Obviously, we talked about we didn't talk about green emissions. But now, what would you like to say to our viewers about green emissions?
Well, firstly, salam alaikum viewers, and thank you for coming on and joining us again and again. Green emission শব্দটা আমরা কিন্তু সাধারণত বুঝি যে গ্রিন ইমিশন যে কার্বন ফুটপ্রিন্টটা কম আমরা আউটলেট করি পৃথিবীর মাঝে, একটা আমরা মেইনলি বুঝি। বা গ্রিন ইমিশন আয় হই থেকে আর গাড়ি স্পেশালি কার, হাউ আ ভেহিকল প্লেজ এ বিগ রোল অন এ গ্রিন ইমিশন সেক্টর। তো আমরা আসলে কেউ যদি এই সেক্টরের সম্বন্ধে একটু জানতে চান, বুঝতে চান, then yeah, I'll try my level best to answer some of that question tonight, and or any other question related the green emissions. I will try my best to sort of answer them. So looking forward to speak to our viewers. Thank you.
And Mr. Sam Harris, MIB, also we'll be talking about MIB claims tonight. What would you like to say to our viewers about MIB, especially a lot of people think MIB is only useful when they get involved in an accident with an uninsured driver. That's what they think, but we all know MIB goes far beyond.
Yeah, the MIB, the Motor Insurers Bureau, it's an organisation set up, it's a government organisation, and it's the insurance companies have to invest in this organisation, and it deals with uninsured cases. So if a car drives into you which is uninsured, you can make a claim against the MIB, or you make a claim against the driver of that car, but the MIB will pay out for any damage that you suffered. It also involves untraced vehicles. In that, you have to sue the MIB itself, because obviously untraced means that the person you're suing isn't there, you don't know who he is. It also deals with international claims. So if you have an accident involving a vehicle from abroad, then generally what happens is that you make the claim to the MIB. The MIB then tries to find an insurer in generally Europe to take on the claim, and that is called the green card system, and it often takes a bit longer. They have 6 months in which to investigate those type of claims, in which to find an insurer, and once they do, then your claim is against their representative, and they always have a representative in Britain. London is the capital of insurance in Europe anyway.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not sure that's a nutshell, but it's a brief explanation of what the MIB is.
Thank you. I think that's very useful, as you said, especially you mentioned about the foreign vehicles. Now, foreign vehicles, we know obviously whichever the country they come from, especially any European lorries or trucks. As soon as obviously they come in, obviously they have to be insured. Now, the foreign vehicles, when they come here, they also have an agent as well. So if anything happens, then if they get involved.
Well, their insurance company. With foreign accidents, if you're having an incident with a foreign car, it's essential that you take the correct number plate. And quite often the person driving the car doesn't speak English. Quite often the number plate seems extremely different to what you're used to. It's essential to get the right number plate. And if possible, if it's a lorry, and there are quite a lot of foreign lorries driving on our roads, if you can take a picture or write down the name of the company, what
Sam,
country
I'll
it's
come
from.
back to you. I think we probably have a caller on the line. Let me see. Hello, caller. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I think we've lost this caller. Please continue.
Generally, they're going to be insured, these people. If they're not insured, then the MIB will deal with the case. But they will try and find an insurer. The MIB always tries to find an insurer. The insurer is the first stop. Even if a policy might have been not indemnified, if there's any sort of insurance, the MIB will push the case onto that insurer. The same happens with international vehicles. They'll try to find an insurer, and as you say, they'll intimate the claim to that insurer or to the agent, who's generally in London, to deal with the case. And they will deal with the case as per any other insurer.
Yeah. But what happens when the MIB, actually the acting solicitor for any clients, they struggle to actually find the agent, but meanwhile the clients are already on a hire vehicle or been taken
well,
out
then
the services?
there's some problems with hire then.
There will be some problem.
Well, there are, because then it acts like the MIB, and then it's quite difficult to reclaim hire on untraced
Not
cases.
at the untraced, I'm talking about the foreign.
But it would be
foreign
untraced,
vehicle.
I guess. Unless there's an agent. If there's an agent, there's insurance for that.
Yeah.
Then they step into the place of the normal insurer.
Not like a normal insurer.
Yeah.
So even if they stay on a, for example, hire vehicle for a certain number of period, they still should be okay. There should be expenses should be covered.
Well, you always hope so.
With this,
As we know, well, you and I know that it's quite more difficult than, quite often more difficult than one would think to recover money from insurance companies. But as long as you've done the normal things of mitigating your loss, if you're hiring a vehicle, then you haven't got enough money to hire a vehicle on spot rates, etc., then you should be able to recover that money, yes.
Thank you.
From your insurance
Thank you, Sam. Suhail bhai, now, so I've already received a few emails, actually. One goes to you direct. This is Mr. Siraj Shiraz from Istam. Asked, actually, what is O2 sensor?
Right. Well, thanks everybody for calling. O2 sensor is a sensor that reads oxygens. Apnar je engine air and fuel mixed together, je bariya jay through the exhaust. So it's a sensor that fit kora thake. What's known as O2 sensors. Another thing we know as a lambda sensor. Basically, kita kore read kore how much unburned fuel is letting out, or how much air, oxygen is still left to be burned. So this is what oxygen sensor is basically. It reads the emissions that coming out and adjusts the ECU according to the requirements that it needs the fuel to run the engine better. So basically it's a sensor guide করে যে কতটুকু fuel গাড়ির দরকার to run smoothly and efficiently. That's what auto sensor is.
Thank you, Sohail bhai. I'll come back to you again. দর্শক, আমাদের একটা বিরতি নেওয়ার সময় হয়ে গেছে। We will be taking your calls and obviously discuss more about MIB and green emissions once we come back after the break. So we will see you shortly after the break. Thank you.